Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fun creating today. And if you enjoy watching, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the little bell so that you're notified each time that I upload a video. Generally, I upload each Wednesday and Saturday. So thank you. Let's move on. For today's card, I'm going to be using a 5x7 card base. Then I've cut down this piece of black cardstock to 4 7/8 by 6 7/8, and I've cut this white piece of white linen heavyweight 300 GSM cardstock to 3 5/8 by 6 5/8. Now I'll link the sizes below in the description bar. So this will be my card base. And I'm also using this stamp by Lavinia, and that's Zemira or Zemira, not sure how it's pronounced, being honest. And this lovely stencil that I got a few years back on a magazine. So I'll also be using these Distress Oxide inks. Like the last time, some of it will be going on the black. So I'm going to be using Faded Jeans, Broken China and Crackling Campfire. And I'm also going to be using my VersaFine Clair in Nochturn. That's just the black. So I'm going to start by bringing in my stamping platform. And I'm just moving these over a bit. And I'm going to start by popping the piece of black cardstock down. I won't put it into the corner, but I'm going to secure it there with the little magnets. And I'm coming in with that stencil. Now I want to just put a little bit of tape around that on the sides. So I'm coming in with this low tack tape, but if I'm honest, I don't find it very low tack, but it doesn't matter because it's only going on the stencil anyway. The magnets are securing the cardstock for me. So just popping that there so that I can move it like that when I want. Now I'm going to start on the outside with the Faded Jeans. So I'm hoping you can see that there. Maybe I'll move you slightly. So I'm just going to ink up the Faded Jeans. And I'm coming in here. Now I'm not that bothered about hitting my stamping platform because, as you know, the Distress inks are water-based. They will wipe off very easily. So that'll just go there. Next I'm coming in with the Broken China. And I'm just going to blend that down from the top colour. And they usually blend fairly nicely together. And next I'm coming in with the Crackling Campfire. And again, just blending that up. So the next thing I want to do is I just want to wipe some of that away And as you'll see, it's come out nice below. Now you're not going to see all of that because I'm coming in with my piece of white linen cardstock. And I want to go, just remove those magnets. Now have I moved my cardstock? I'm hoping that I haven't. I think it looks okay. I'm going to pop that down there just in case. So I'm just placing that down. And I'm going to follow the guideline of the colours there. So I'm coming in with Faded Jeans, again just on the top. Next was the Broken China. And then the Crackling Campfire. So I'm going to remove this now. It had just moved slightly. So yeah, that's fine. And then just popping that down there. Now the next thing I'm doing is I'm coming in with Zemira. Zemira, I really need to learn how to pronounce this lady's name. And I just want to pop her down. Yeah, I'm thinking around about there. I'm going to pick her up. And I'm coming in with my Nochturn. Now, as you'll have seen in my previous video, I used the Oxides and I stamped on the black cardstock with the Oxides. And it turned out lovely, and I think a lot of you really liked it. So I'll link that one at the end of this video, or I can link it below as well if anybody wants to watch it. I don't usually use my stamps for stamping. Sorry, I don't usually use my Distress Oxides for stamping, but it was just on the black cardstock. And I thought it was a nice technique, just something that little bit different. And from that I got the idea for this one. So I'm just getting my little stamping aid here. Because it's on the white linen cardstock, that cardstock is textured. It usually takes me a few goes. That's why, really the main reason that I got out the stamping tool to begin with for this. But I just love this particular cardstock. It's so white and crisp, and personally I love the textured effect of it. But whatever white cardstock is your preference is what you should use, and possibly if it's just a flat cardstock that you have, then it probably will stamp a lot easier than this. But I think it's worth it. Yeah, and I think that that's very good now there. So I'm just putting my lid back on my Nochturn. And I'm just going to wipe Zemira off. A drop of water there. Before it dries in too much. When it dries in, it's quite difficult to remove it. But that's not too bad. You can always go in, wash it with some soapy water anyway. Now, I think I might like to put some more of this down around the end. And I definitely would like to ground her. So I don't really need to stay with the stamping platform for the next part. But I would like to make sure that that stays in the right place. So let me see. Just going to use a little bit of this so-called low-tack tape. And just, if anyone is interested, I'm just trying to find the... This is the low-tack tape that I'm using. It's a Crafter's Companion one. Now, they wouldn't let me buy one roll. I had to buy the 3, which I really wouldn't mind if it worked, I guess. But it was €5.99 for the 3. Would have been a bargain if it had worked for what I wanted it for, but I just find that I've torn, I'm going to pop it there in the middle, I've torn some of my work because of it, so I haven't been happy with that. So I'm just going to come in and clean that up. Okay, that's not wiping off as easily as what I hoped. So maybe that'll teach you when it dries. When the Oxide inks dry, they do tend to become more permanent. Now that was a bit of hand sanitizer, which usually takes the VersaFine Clair off immediately, and it hasn't done it. So I'm going to have to look into that a bit more, and I will let you know in a future video about what I've discovered. I hope it's not there forever, because it really bothers me. I know a lot of you probably don't mind, you know, things getting messy, because they do get messy in fairness, but just me being me, I like things to return back to the way they were when I'm finished. But anyway, we'll come back in with Zemira and my little, I'm going to give that a wipe off actually. Just my little stencil, and I'm going to give the back of that a wipe as well. Yeah, and the blue again there, it's the faded jeans that tends to be the culprit. Hadn't realised that before, and I've had that ink for years, but I guess I've never I've never used it on the stamping platform before, so now I'm going to just come in with a bit of spare paper there. Because I just want to protect her a bit, so that should do the job for me. And I'm going to pop, oops, in the wrong place. Just want to make sure that I get it on the black as well, because that's the whole point of it really, isn't it? So I'll just move you up a bit. So it's a pity it wouldn't go the whole way across, but anyway, I'm going to come in with faded jeans, just down in the very end. Then the broken china. And finally, the Crackling campfire. As you can see, I'm going across, I'm going on top of that piece of paper that I put down to protect Zemira. Now, I really would have liked to have gone the whole way across, and maybe I will. But yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe I'll leave it actually. It might do more harm than good. So I'm just going to straight away wipe this up. Before it gets a chance to do any more damage. Yeah, I'm really wondering about this faded jeans. Why it has behave differently than the other inks. But anyway, we'll pop you down and bring you back in. So I'm coming back in here now with my card base, and I've also this little, it's just a Crayola gel pen, and it's a nice glittery one. And I think the colour will go well with this Crackling campfire. And actually, I'm just going to go and wash my hands first because I don't want to ruin the white. So I'm just making sure that my hands are properly dried because, as you know, with the Oxide inks, once you put anything wet near them, it reactivates them. So I'm just coming in now with my little gel pen, and let me see if I can find something as a stencil. So I'm just coming in with this little, it's a nest of circle dies. I've used the larger ones. These ones have never been separated. So I'm just trying to get the smallest one out of the centre. I've never found a use for the small one before. Yet, just taking off that little piece that goes around the edge. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to use this as a stencil. And I'm going to use the centre of it. And I'm just going to go around, just to make it look like a ball or a globe or whatever that she's leaving off into the atmosphere. And I'm actually going to just colour it across as well, and I'm leaving the outline there just to give me a bit of help with it. I think you'll agree that the colour goes nice, but this is shiny and it might not show on the camera, but from here there is a lovely, let's see, can you pick it up on it? There's like a sheen off of it and it's a bit sparkly. So I'm also going to come in with the same pen, just because the colour goes nice, and I'm still a bit conscious of my hands, maybe a bit sweaty. It's very warm here, so I don't want to reactivate those. I apologise, I'm having a problem with my mic there again. So while I've been editing, I've discovered that part of it was crackling. So I came back in and I'm just doing a voiceover for the next section. So I'm just going to go along with my gel pens and make the little parts in Zemira. Just put a bit of colour into them to match the background of the card. I think it gives it a nice effect. So I had the orange pen, as you know, and I also have this blue pen. So I decided I'd just pop a little bit of both on along her body there. So I've decided to also come along and pop a bit in her hair, just here and there. As I said, the whole thing doesn't need to be filled in, just pieces here and there. And I think it just adds to the effect, and especially on the white cardstock, it should stand out nicely, I think. Always good to add a little bit of sparkle. So I have no idea what I was talking about there. I find this voiceover awkward to do. I just tend to talk automatically while I'm working. Anyway, even to myself, I have to admit. So I'm going to just pop down a bit of double-sided tape there now. And I'm going to adhere that onto the card base. Just get my pokey tool and pick the backing off the double-sided tape. I think I'm telling you about my nails here. My nails are in very bad condition at the moment. Had recently had, they weren't acrylic, they were acrylic nails. And I usually have very good nails, normally just do my own and maybe the shellac on my own, but I had them taken off recently and they've left my nails fairly bad. So I'm just popping that now onto the card base. And there you go. I'm talking about my nails here again. I just have to keep them cut back for a while until they regrow stronger, I think. So there, and I'm quite pleased with how that has turned out. I think it looks very nice. I'm just going to zoom you in. The final finish of the card, and I think you'll agree, it's turned out beautiful. So the combination of the black cardstock and the white, I think it just adds a bit of interest to it. And again, just something that little bit different. I'm always on the lookout for something that's nice and different. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, please give me that thumbs up, as it really helps my channel. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell so that you're notified each time that I upload. I generally upload videos on Wednesday and Saturdays. So thank you as always for watching. Have a great day.